What is genuine appraisal and why it is important? Appraisal is a professional estimate of what a property could sell for based on its size, location, condition, features, and recent market activity. And I'm going to tell you a very smart way of getting a genuine appraisal. Your house is one of your biggest assets where you have heavily invested financially and emotionally. Now you are not selling it for no reason. You are selling it for a plan, and that plan relies on the expectation of price you can get. If the money you finally get is significantly lower than your expectation, then it throws all your plans out of the window. However, once you have put the property into the market, by that point you have already invested a lot physically, emotionally, and financially to prepare the property for the market as well as in advertising and open homes, etc. Once the property goes into the market, all the data platforms start showing that property was listed for sale, and if it's no sale, next time buyers starts getting suspicious that there could be something wrong with the property. Also, most buyers will see the property in first 2 weeks. If in these first 2 weeks wrong price has been displayed or advertised, there are high chances of losing the right buyers. That's why it's very important to follow the right process of selling your property. That starts with the genuine appraisal, pricing it right, preparing it well for the market, not with the lies. Unfortunately, there is a theory in real estate that biggest liar gets the listing. For example, a certain property have highest chances to sell between 1 million to 1.1 million. Despite knowing this fact, many agents would appraise it between 1.1 to 1.2, some even between 1.2 to 1.3, and even 1.3 to 1.4. Now, if an agent trusts their process, they would not start with the lie. Once the liar agent gets the listing, they will do one of these two things. If it's a private treaty, after launching the property into the market, in first 2 weeks doing the open homes, the agent would come back to you saying, we had the buyers with higher budget, but they have already bought something else. Now the buyers we have, they do not want to pay this price for your property. Or on this price, we are getting no buyers or no show up on open homes. Hence, we'll need to drop the price of property. Alternatively, if auction is the recommended method of selling the property, they would tell the owners of the property, sellers of the property, that we need to put lower price in the agency agreement so that we can attract more buyers. Then they would advertise the property on even lower price. That's called undercoating. It has become such a big problem that authorities had to ban this unethical practice. If the agent says that property is worth $1.2 million, but advertise it $900,000. Of course, buyers gonna look at it as a great deal. It's gonna attract the crowd for the open homes and on the auction day. But there are two problems with that. Firstly, not many buyers have the liberty to extend their budget more than 10%. Secondly, even those who have the budget and capacity, they do not feel confident bidding too much over the guided price, especially when they see majority of the bidders are dropping out. Now the liar agent comes and tell the seller, we have so many bidders. It shows we have run a successful campaign, but buyers are not ready to pay the price you want. So we need to now lower the price. At this stage, you might be forced to sell the property 20 to 30% below of your highest expectations. At Pecta, we believe undercoated campaign is a failed campaign. Smart way to get a genuine appraisal is, without telling them other appraisals, ask the agents what appraisal they can back by offering no commission if their appraisal is not met. Neither agents are legally allowed to guarantee the sale price, nor we can. However, as professionals, if our appraisal fails, we'll forfeit our commission. Of course, terms and conditions apply so that we all have skin in the game. Yes, We do agree. Auctions are the great strategy to capture that magic buyer who might be willing to pay the higher price than the appraisal. However, if appraisal not met, we don't get paid. On our website, there are two options. One is to get an automated property report online. That is not our appraisal. Second option is to book an appraisal where we come, have a look at your property, discuss with you and give you our appraisal. We are happy to give you a genuine appraisal even if you are not ready to sell yet. Our approach is only listing the property when you are ready and committed to sell. Call us today or book a meeting. Thank you.